In the early 1950s, a joint venture began between the Elgin Watch Company in the United States and Lip of France to produce the electromechanical watch, one powered by a small battery rather than an unwinding spring. It laid the groundwork for the quartz watch. Although the Lip Elgin enterprise produced only prototypes, in 1957 the first battery-driven watch was in production, the American-made Hamilton 500. In 1954, Swiss engineer Max Hetzel developed an electronic wristwatch that used electrically charged tuning fork powered by 1.35-volt battery. The tuning fork resonated at precisely 360 Hz and it powered the hands of the watch through an electromagnetical gear train. This watch was called the Accutron and was marketed by Bulova starting in 1960. Although Bulova did not have the first battery-powered wristwatch, the Accutron was a powerful catalyst, as by that time the Swiss watch manufacturing industry was a mature industry with a centuries-old global market and deeply entrenched patterns of manufacturing, marketing and sales. So later in the 1950s and early 1960s, both Seiko and a consortium of Switzerland's top watch firms, including Patek Philippe, Piaget and Omega, fiercely competed to develop the first quartz wristwatch. In 1962, Centre Électronique Horlogère (CEH), consisting of around 20 Swiss watch manufacturers, was established in Neuchâtel to develop a Swiss-made quartz wristwatch, while simultaneously in Japan Seiko was working on their own. Seiko and CEH of Switzerland submitted quartz wristwatch prototypes to the Neuchâtel Observatory competition in 1967. Switzerland and Seiko competed fiercely to develop the world's first commercialized quartz watch in ensuing years. In December of 1969, Seiko released the Astron, the world's first quartz watch. Most say that this is the day when the quartz crisis started. This was a victory for Seiko, but only by a small margin. Bulova, Universal, Omega, CEH Rado and several other companies exhibited analog quartz watches at Basel World in April of the following year. The first Swiss quartz analog watch, the Ebouche SA Beta 21, arrived at the 1970 Basel Fair. The Beta 21 was released by the numerous manufacturers including the Omega Electro Quartz. On 6th of May 1970, Hamilton introduced the Pulsar, the world's first electronic digital watch. In 1971, Gérard Perregaux introduced the caliber 350, with an advertised accuracy within about 0.164 seconds per day. It had a quartz oscillator with a frequency of 32,768 Hz, which was faster than previous quartz watch movements and has since become the oscillation frequency used by most quartz clocks. Omega then followed and in 1974 introduced the Omega Marine Chronometer, the first watch ever to be certified as a marine chronometer accurate to 12 seconds per year, using a quartz circuit that produces 2.4 million vibrations per second. In 1976, Omega introduced the Omega Chrono Quartz, the world's first analog digital chronograph, which was succeeded within 12 months by the Caliber 1620, the company's first completely LCD chronograph wristwatch.